used to be young and pretty, but then she turned into a baby machine. She had too many kids by too many men, at least that was the way that it seemed. While she was growing up, she lived in the suburbs, but her abodes became increasingly beat. By the time she got through with kid number 2, she was living down on Liberty Street. It was 6 blocks away from the courthouse. It was 10 blocks away from the jail. It was the place she would go after shooting a policeman, and you didn't think he'd ever make bail. There were peddlers on every corner, alert to every cop on the beat. Politicians were certain, but the lives that were hurtin' were living down on Liberty Street. Strolling through the garden at midnight, arm in arm with Sir Galahad, he'll rescue her from hopeless despair from which she thought she'd never escape. She nursed this fantasy in her bedroom. Life could easily be so easily sweet if it weren't for the fact that day after day she was living up in Liberty Street. She used to be young and pretty, but then she turned into a baby machine. One was black and one was white, the other one's nowhere to be seen. The daddies were all lost to the wind. They didn't even know that they had sinned. So she brought them up alone in her luxury suite, raising them on Liberty Street. She used to be young and pretty, but then she turned into a baby machine. She got tatted up and batted down by every man that she would meet. By the time she was through with breeding, she had 5 kids, now all of them teens. 1 in jail, 1 on bail, and the other one's nowhere to be seen. She used to be young and pretty, but then she turned into a baby machine. Life didn't turn out quite the way she envisioned back when she was 13. Had she stayed on the trail, things that went sweet, but that just wasn't going to be. By the time she found out, she had made many wrong choices. She was living down on Liberty Street. Walking through the park at midnight, arm in arm with Sir Galahad, to rescue her from her dreary fate, from which she thought she'd never escape. Lying with this dream in her bedroom, life could be so easily sweet if it weren't for the fact that day after day she was waking up on Liberty Street.